In my bankruptcy video, I was talking about artists that went broke. And I gave you my top 10. And now I'm going to go further into the top 10 about why they had to file bankruptcy. Starting at number 10 was Toni Braxton. Now, a lot of people think she didn't file for bankruptcy, but everything else I looked up, it was there. In 1998, according to BBC, she filed for bankruptcy in January of 1998. And the reason she went bankrupt is because she was only making 33 cents per record. The label fucked her super hard. And as far as I know, I believe they did go to court. They did a few things, but there wasn't nothing she could do because what she signed to hurry up and get that signing bonus freaking screwed her in the end. Remember, number 9 was Meatloaf. In 1983, he filed bankruptcy and he began a long battle with Sony Records over unpaid royalties. He was fired by his manager, who ended up suing him for roughly around $50 million. I could be wrong. I got to double check a little bit into that because that's pretty hefty. But I'll double check it. But ultimately, with the cash that he had, he ran out of money between the lawsuit and filing for bankruptcy. He ran out of money. I told you that my number 8 was Tom Petty. So let's dig into Tom Petty and see why he had to file bankruptcy. In 1979, he was in 2 groups. So Tom Petty, he filed in May of 1979. He filed bankruptcy to get out from underneath his contract. I believe he was with Sheltered Records at the time, but he had to file for bankruptcy. And in order to file for bankruptcy, you got to prove that you have absolutely no money, because you have no way of paying your bills. You don't have the money to cover everything. You have to liquidate everything, and that's what he did. And he's broke. Number 7, DMX. He filed bankruptcy in 2016. He had to pay back a $250,000 to $300,000 loan that he took out on his house. He filed bankruptcy in 2016, claiming he owed $2 million. I said number 6 was 50 Cent, and he filed bankruptcy in June of 2015. And he had to file this bankruptcy because of how much he had to pay because of a sex tape that was released that he didn't have permission to release it, and a few other things. He couldn't make the money flow happen. My personal opinion, he started doing a lot of dumb shit that I really wished he would have not done, because I still am a big fan of 50 Cent. But, from where I sit, there's a lot of things he should have done completely different, especially never released that sex tape. That was definitely, and managed his money a hell of a lot better. So you start getting these big sums of money, make sure you hire yourself a financial advisor and make sure you get yourself a good one. At number 5 was MC Hammer. He filed bankruptcy in 1996 is because he couldn't afford their lavish lifestyle. Couldn't afford it, and he wanted it so bad, so he ended up going broke, not understanding, you gotta pace yourself and give yourself a spending budget of every month. So if you get a $2 million deal, divide it by how many years you want to live off of it. I had at number 4 was Run DMC. In 1983, the group filed for bankruptcy, and their reasoning is they were broke. So in 1980 or 1993, they filed bankruptcy because they said they were broke and they couldn't pay anything back that they owed. Which again is why labels don't go out of their way and file, get 10 artists and try to put them out there just to come to find out those 10 suck or only one makes it somewhere. So these are perfect example of why what happened. Number three, I told you, was Exhibit. He filed bankruptcy not once but twice in 2009 and 2012. And from what I read, he's filed actually two in 2012, but one of them was denied. But I didn't go too much into depth of that, but maybe that's something you could look into. According to public records, he owed more than $900,000 in delinquent federal taxes. Think about this, guys. I don't want to see somebody I've helped get, you know, raining paper to being broke. Number two, I told you, was Young Buck. Young Buck filed for bankruptcy in 2010, a month after his house was raided. Young Buck's trustee and the courts both agreed that he needed to switch it up and file bankruptcy and liquidate all his assets to pay everything off. And a weird fact I did read about is Young Buck blames 50 Cent for making him go and file bankruptcy. Now, I told you my number one was Trick Daddy, that he filed bankruptcy in 2015. Um, as of right now, he has never said why he had to file bankruptcy. Uh, there isn't anything saying why he filed it. There's no one talking about it. So, I mean, it could be just as bad as, you were used to living this lifestyle and now you don't have that lifestyle anymore. So it's hard to, you know, it could easily be he was living that lifestyle just to have friends and um, acquaintances to come around, and then when he lost everything, so he lost his friends, so-called friends. So again, it goes with pay attention who you're dealing with.